Hello, everyone. This is the introduction to Survey123 for the National Historic Trail Asset Inventory. I'm Brian Deaton, GIS Specialist Lead for the National Trails Office in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Hello, and I am Sarah Rivera, GIS Specialist for the National Trails Office in Salt Lake City, Utah.
There's an exciting new opportunity for the trail associations to contribute to the National Historic Trails mapping efforts. The National Trails Office Resource Information Management Team has developed a mobile application for tracking assets along the trail, such as interpretive waysides, museum exhibits, and National Historic Trail road or pedestrian signs. The Survey123 app utilizes a user-friendly interface similar to a fillable PDF. It only requires filling out prompted questions and taking site asset photos, while the mobile device captures the Global Positioning System GPS location. The location records automatically when the user submits information about the sign, marker, wayside, or exhibit. The app eliminates the use of complex and sometimes costly GPS devices, and in turn enables users the same capability on their smartphone or tablet utilizing the built-in GPS. No cellular coverage or internet connectivity is required for field recording of locations because uploads can occur once the user is connected back to a network.
During this video, we will go through how to download the app on your smartphone or tablet device. We will then show you how to sign into the app, download the survey, answer questions within the survey, and submit the survey. This video serves as a supplement to the how-to document for the NHT asset inventory found under the National Trails Asset Inventory group within ArcGIS Online, and we will give you that link.
Please make sure you are collecting data in a safe manner. Do not collect data if you feel like your safety will be compromised. Do not collect any cultural resource data such as swale segments or sensitive site location information. Please respect the boundaries of private land. Before you begin, please coordinate with your trail association and contact us about setting up an account for ArcGIS Online so that you are able to use the app. ArcGIS Online is the platform we use for the survey application and lets us access the data partners have gathered out in the field. Before each field day for asset inventory collection, please review the NHT Asset Inventory web map located within the Asset Inventory group on ArcGIS Online. This will ensure the user is aware of previous asset inventory data collection and prevent duplication of efforts by association members. Specifically, zoom into your area of interest to ensure the asset has not been collected previously.
We'll now dive into the Survey123 app. After your ArcGIS Online account has been set up, depending on your mobile platform, you will need to download the application on the Apple App Store for Apple devices or the Google Play Store for Android devices. This first example is through the Apple App Store. So we will search for Survey123. And then select Get or Download. So it'll be the first app that pops up here. And depending on your setup, enter your Apple account password or Touch ID. So now the app is downloading. And then we will look at an Android device example.
Now, here's how you find the app in the Google Play Store from an Android device. From Home, select Google Play Store. Search for Survey123 and click Install. The app will take a few minutes to install. When it completes, you'll see an icon added to your device. To sign in, select the app icon on your device to open the Survey123 Field app. If the app asks you whether you should allow Survey123 to access your location, photos, media, and files on your device, select Allow. This will be similar for both Apple and Android devices. The app needs to access these in order to get your GPS location and in order to access photos you take of assets. When you first open the app, select the Sign In button or navigate to the Sign In button depending on your device. Enter your username and password you received from the NPS for your ArcGIS Online partner account and select Sign In. After you've signed in, the app opens the My Survey gallery, which displays all the surveys that you are working with. Since this is your first time opening the app, the gallery will be empty. We will now search for the NHT Asset Inventory Survey. Click Download Surveys. The app will show all the surveys you have access to in your organization, which is the National Park Service. Please do not download any other surveys that are shown here as they belong to other parks. We will search for the NHT Asset Survey. Select the download icon to the right, which looks like a cloud. When the survey download is completed, a notification appears. The survey will now appear in the My Surveys homepage every time you open the app, unless you remove it. Once the survey has loaded, click the back arrow to go back to the survey gallery. Now that we have downloaded the survey, we can proceed in taking a survey point. Select the NHT Asset Inventory Survey in the My Surveys page to open the survey. Select Collect to start the survey. We will go into more depth of the survey questions in the next part, but for right now, we will skip ahead to when you are finished filling out the survey. Once you have completed the survey, select the check mark at the bottom right of the app. The survey completed message appears with three options here: Send Now, Continue the survey, or Save this survey in the outbox. The Save this survey in the outbox option is if you do not have access to cell service out in the field. If you select this option, the survey will be stored in the app and can be submitted later when you do have cell service. The Send Now option is if you do have cell service. This feature will only work on smartphones and tablets with data plans. You can submit the survey on the spot and the data will be transferred to our database. Continue this survey lets you go back to the current survey you are working on to make additional changes. We will submit a survey. The Survey123 app submits it to the database. The sent icon has a number that indicates the number of surveys sent. Let's pretend we do not have cell service. I will select Save this survey in the outbox. You can see I now have one survey submission in the outbox. Now we have gotten back to where we have internet connection. We can submit our surveys that were taken without cell service. Navigate to the My Surveys page. Notice the number on the upper right-hand corner. This indicates the number of surveys that need to be submitted. Select the survey. On the next screen, select Outbox. This will lead to a list of surveys that need to be submitted. Click on Send on the bottom right-hand corner. All the surveys recorded without internet connection or cell coverage are now submitted to the database.
We will now go over the questions in the survey. Not all questions need to be filled out. Any question with a red star is mandatory to answer. So the first question is asking about what National Historic Trail the asset is for. This is a multiple choice question where the user can select more than one trail. The second question asks you to select the interpretation or sign type. This question is important to answer because a unique set of questions pop up afterwards, that are specific for the type you selected. So each type has a picture, example, and definition. So you can click on the thumbnail on the right side to see, and then to close out, we can just select the back arrow at the top left here. So the types are interpretive wayside, which are the exhibits that are on a panel providing interpretation, information, or orientation to a specific landscape. Next is NPS trail sign. These are the signs you would see on the side of a road while you're driving or on retracement trails. These signs mark where the approximate trail is. Next is facility exhibits. These trail exhibits will typically be inside of a museum or visitor center. So right now, let's pretend we are standing in front of a wayside. We will select a wayside as the asset type. A series of questions will now pop up. It is asking us for the topic, title, or description. We only need to type in a small description of the wayside. So let's pretend this wayside has a title on it called Example. A small description of the wayside helps to differentiate them from each other, especially if there are multiple waysides in the same location. The next question is asking about the wayside type. This is pretty straightforward and also provides picture examples. So again, you can click on the thumbnail to see a bigger picture. So we can choose between low profile and upright. Let's say this wayside is a low profile one. For panel material, we have a handful of options to choose from, such as fiberglass, laminate, metal, porcelain, wood, or other. With other, you can input the material in the text box if the panel material does not fit the above options. Next, we ask about the framework dimensions of the asset. You don't need a measuring tape or anything for this. Just try your best guess. The drop-down has a lot of options to choose from, and everything is in inches. If the framework happens to be a size you do not see listed, you can scroll down to Other. And again, a text box will pop up for you to input the size in inches. The next question is similar to the panel marker material, but we are asking about the base material. Basically what holds the wayside in place. You can choose from stone, masonry, wood, or other unknown, since sometimes you can't see what the base is. So normally we would continue on with the survey, but what I'm going to do is scroll back up to the interpretation or sign type question and select the NPS trail sign. So we can see all the unique questions pertaining to this type. So the first question after selecting the NPS trail sign is sign category. You can choose between road, pedestrian, or site ID. So again, this one provides thumbnail images to view the different sign category types. You can see the picture examples here. So after selecting the sign category type, which I will pick road, the sign type question pops up and it provides a drop-down list to select the specific sign type under the road sign family. There are an assortment of signs to choose from, and we include current NPS trail signs that are active and also retired signs. We also include thumbnail images in case you need an example of what these signs look like. So the sign family is fairly large, as you can see. So if a sign that you're looking at is not in this list, or it happens to be a custom sign, you can select Custom and describe the sign in the text box here. For site ID, you do not have to select a sign type. So if I select site ID, the sign type question does not pop up because there's only one type of site ID sign, which I'll show you here. Okay, so the next question is the framework dimensions of the NPS trail sign, and we've gone over this one already, so I'll skip over that. Then the last unique question for the NPS trail sign is selecting if the sign is installed in the correct or incorrect location according to its sign plan. If you're not sure, it's okay to leave this question blank. Okay, so I'm going to scroll up to facility exhibit. Okay, these questions are fairly easy. We only ask for the topic, title, or description of the particular exhibit you're looking at, and then the facility name that you're in, and then the address of the facility. So remember, when we think of facility, we usually mean visitor centers or museums with trail-related exhibits. So the questions that pop up are the topic, title, or description, and then panel marker material, which we've gone over, the framework dimensions, and then another new one, which is the post type. So if this is applicable, please choose from these options. And this one also includes picture examples. So I will select one. Go back. And then last, we will ask about the base material. So again, if it's applicable, please choose an option. Okay, so now we will go through questions that will always appear on the survey, no matter what interpretation or sign type you pick. So overall condition. We want to know what type of condition the asset is in. Is it good? Is it poor or damaged? Is it missing from where it's supposed to be? Is it obsolete, or is it showing incorrect information? So try to make your best guess on the condition. Next, we have the comments text box. Here you can input any information about the asset that was not captured in the survey questions. Okay, and then I will scroll up and then state. So we want to know what state the asset is in. Next is date asset installed. If you are familiar with the installation of the asset and know the date it was installed, even just the month or year, that will help us determine the age of it. You can leave this blank if you are not sure. Date assessed. You don't have to do much with this, as it will automatically fill in today's date. Next is land ownership. So select the landowner type. This will help us understand who to contact if the asset needs to be replaced. Now we will have to take pictures of the asset. So photo of panel, sign, exhibit. So for this one, we ask you to take an up-close photo of the asset surface. This particularly helps with seeing the condition of the panel or surface. Please be mindful if you are taking pictures inside of a facility, as they might have rules on photography. The next one, we ask you to stand back and get a picture of the entire asset. For facility exhibits, please take a photo of the actual facility outside in the front. Then for location, the device you're working with, so if it's your smartphone or tablet, will automatically get your location, but you do have the ability to move the pin if needed. And then finally, we ask you to input the type of device you are taking the survey with. So for me, I am doing this survey with an iPad Pro, so I will put in iPad Pro. So this helps us understand the location accuracy of the point taken, since it varies between different devices. So please remember to collect a single survey for each asset and ensure you complete the survey, which means you can select the check mark for proceeding to the next asset recorded. And now we will wrap up the presentation. If you have any questions regarding the app, please contact Brian Deaton. Thank you.